go somewhere, if you know it's a good spot, like somebody sent you there, hey, they're gambling, but it might take a little time to get to know you and whatnot before they're comfortable. You might stay a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks at a place.
Was there the fear that you entering into professional tournaments would knock your gambling? Because people would know that you.
By this time, everyone knew. I mean,
Right.
it didn't take long before a few trips I went by my middle name. Yeah, because there were magazines that, you could see what's going on around the country.
Right.
You just might not get a picture or a video of it or whatever, so you start to hear names, So, like, first time I went to California, I did that, actually. And, it worked out nice. So.
What did you do? You just use a different name?
Well, it's a funny story, and I think he can laugh about it now. But Marcus Schmat is, right?
Mm-hmm.
From Sweden. So there was a guy that was staking him, and it's a lot of other great players, and he was big action, the guy was. And I knew Marcus was out there, and so I'm in hard times. And I think I told you about this the other day with Keith, but the only two people in the hard times that knew me, all right, was Keith and Jose Perica, all right? So everyone else didn't know who I was. So Marcus Schmat is standing next to two other guys that I know play but won't play, kind of thing. So I go up and I ask those two guys, I was like, when do y'all want to play some, $50 or $100 sets of 9-ball, knowing Marcus is going to just jump right on me. You know what I mean? Like, he's right next to him. So long story short, that happened. And but I introduced myself as Tyler, my middle name, like I just did, So we start playing. He beats me a set for 100 playing even. I quit. He offers me the 8. Beats me a set for 200. I quit. Now he offers me the 7. So now his stake horse starts coming over near me because Marcus is just stealing this little 4 or 500. Ain't got nothing to do with a stake horse. You know what I mean? This is just like pocket money. So now his stake horse comes over and he's kind of interested in the game. And he says he'll give you the 7, but you got to bet, everything you got. I got like 25 or 30,000 on me. You wouldn't know it, but I do, so I can't pull out 25 or 30,000. They're going to know something's up. So me and my buddy, we talked for a second. So we end up pulling out like 4,500. So we play for a little bit. And, we're playing 7 ahead. We were playing a race of 7 for the 100 and 200, right? So now he thinks he's stealing. Because, the way I played in the other 2 sets, you know what I'm saying? So he just comes out like gangbusters. He got me like 4 games down. I'm talking to my buddy. I'm like, man, this is sick. We're going to get beat in this spot right here. I'm getting the 7, So finally I get a shot, and I start to run out. Now I'm starting to run out. And so his stake horse sits there, and he says, man, ain't this something? You know what I mean? He says, we thought we were stealing. It looks real bad now. So I beat him that set. So now at hard times, you've been there, right, in L.A.?
Yeah, Bellflower.
Yeah, so they got the player side, right, with the tight tables, and they got the looser tables. Well, he had me on the looser tables thinking, I'm just a sucker, So he says, the stake horse says, double the bet, and we'll give you the 8 on the tight tables, right? So this is like really good for me. Now I'm getting a spot on even a tougher table. So I beat him that set. But during that second set, a friend of mine had built me a cue and sent it out to the guy that ran the tournaments in L.A., right? So I'm going by Tyler, and this guy walks up, and he says, real loud, he says, are you Jeremy Jones?
Oh,
like that.
No.
He says, if you are, I got a cue for you, And I was like, no, I ain't Jeremy, because I'm in the middle of this $9,000 set playing, So I said, no, I ain't Jeremy Jones, and I just sent him on his way. And then the next day when I came in, Mark knew who I was, and everyone spilled the beans kind of thing.
No.
I had to go tell the guy, all right, that's my cue and everything. So,
was he mad at you?
No, not at all. He understood. It's kind of like a funny story around there now, I think. But Marcus was mad at me for a little while.
Yeah, that's what I was asking.
Oh, yeah, because he was European, And it was just kind of like, if someone got me like that, it's going to sting, but it's going to be more like, all right, touche kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? Later on, we're going to laugh about it and stuff. But it's almost like if you first beat Efren, he walks by you, but he don't say much to you for about a month or 2.
Really?
Oh, yeah. He's got to let that wear off a little bit. But it took Marcus probably about a decade before. It was bad, yeah.
So when he beat you the first 2 sets even, were you hustling a little?
Well, I might not have put forth my best effort, but he played real good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He was just, all right, let me pick up this 400 or 500, get out of here.
But were you purposely trying to set something up?
Well, I'm definitely not trying to win for 200. You know what I mean? Like his stake horse, who now is actually, after that trip, became a real good friend of mine. At that time he was known, you could beat him out of 40 and 50, 1,000, right? So you're not going to start off doing anything like that for 200 or so.
So when you first start playing, you play good, but you're not really bearing down.
Right.
So you're showing him that you can play a little, but you might miss some shots that.
Plus, I wanted to see him play.
Right.
I heard the name.
Right.
I kind of wanted to really see, because eventually to beat him out of the real money, it's going to be playing even.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because he's another great player. So that eventually was going to happen, but Marcus ended up having to leave the country for his visa got shortened up or something like that. He actually ended up leaving the next day. But I stuck around for about a month.
In these other countries, is there a lot of gambling going on? Obviously in the